Let's
migraine.
go.
Ignore that, I'll fix it. Once I take this off. Hello and welcome to Concentration Check, a co-writing space. I'm Erin M. Evans. I'm the author of the Brimstone Angels saga and the Books the Usurper series. I still have a little bit of a migraine, but I'm here to get some work done. And show you my weird migraine mask. With me as always, it's Treavor Menace! How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Aside from me trying to start the writing, let me get that. Actually, why did that start? That's so weird. Anyway.
Oh, the timer started. I do like that someone said, wow, wild cold open. And that's really funny because it's a cold mask.
It is very cold. You put this in the freezer, and then it's just cold all around your head, which is very nice when you have a migraine. Can't see anything, which is what I'm
Well, I mean, that's really the point.
That is also a benefit, really, yeah. Unless you're trying to run a stream like a weirdo. But I'm going to take that off for the moment. And there's the timer that I didn't mute. Okay, that's fixed. So, let's talk about how this works.
Yeah.
So, concentration check, we do Pomodoro Sprints. So what we're going to do is for 25 minutes, you're going to work on whatever project you've brought with you today, which might be writing or editing or game prep or just getting through your day job. And that's what you're going to focus on. For 5 minutes, then after that 5 minutes, you're going to take a break. The break is important. You should take a step back, give your brain a little time to reset, so that you can focus for the next sprint. On Concentration Check, we have themes for our sprints. Our first one is sprints. Sorry, guys. I recently learned that aphasia is a symptom of migraines, and I'm going to blame the fact that I keep using the wrong words on that.
Okay.
It's almost gone, but I still keep saying the wrong thing. On the breaks, we have themes. I told my mother that last night, and she was like, that's a really handy excuse for that. Yes, really, Blytheford. It is apparently a thing. Okay, let's get back on track. Breaks, themes. First break is, what are you working on break? So for that one, we will discuss what we've been working on. Second break is the get up and move break. Because you will have been sitting for an hour, and it is good to get up, stretch your body, get a drink of water, go to the bathroom, do all that stuff. It's also when we're going to run ads, so if you get up, you don't have to watch the ads. You also don't have to watch the ads if you're one of our subscribers. We see you, we love you, we appreciate you. You are what lets us make cool content like this show. And third break is for hand stretches, because you might have been typing. It's good to keep it limber. And the fourth break is the long break. So that is when we will come up with a topic, which I'm not saying is not my weird ice helmet.
Well, see, the great thing is that you could do the long topic with that on.
Okay.
And you get recovery and we talk.
We'll do this, and you tell me to do things without being able to see what I'm doing. It'll be great. You're like, Erin, draw a picture of a cow on the whiteboard. Okay. So, anyway, that's what's going to happen. If you want us to talk about something in particular, pop it in the chat. But as you know, Trevor and I are good at just riffing. So worst case scenario, we'll continue talking about what could be the next Treavor and Erin play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I see we got lots of people. We got Benro and Blytheford and Bookish Barbarian. We got Goblin Wars. And Alulin. Welcome all. Welcome all. Erin looks like one of those undead Shar nurses with that on. I am taking that as a compliment.
That's cool. That was a cool part. I blew through that part shockingly fast to the point that I was like, oh, but I wanted to fight more of them.
I haven't seen this, so I don't know what it is.
It's from Baldur's Gate 3.
That's what I gathered.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
as established,
There's a very minuscule section of the second act where it's like, oh, this is creepy as hell and kind of Silent Hilly. Oh, it's over.
Aww. It was ever catnip, and it was just...
It really was. I love that shit.
Boo. All right.
Yep.
Well, are we ready to get started?
I mean, I suppose we could.
Well, let me make sure I've got the timer fixed.
Let's go.
It's just gonna start. It's like, no. Okay.
I'll do what I want.
What are you doing? Oh, I put you on the wrong layer. Hang on a second. Da da da. That is there. And this one. Okay. Ben, I'm not touching any more things right now. There we go. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, let's do it.
Especially when I know I'm going to move my chair. Also, just going to tell you, Treavor has so much travel right to left.
There, I moved my whole camera for you, Ben.
1 minute warning. Okay, it's time for a break. I don't know where the sound went.
Oh, for the timer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you
Maybe I cursed it. I curse dice when I roll them. Maybe I curse timers too.
Huh. We'll see if that fixes it next time. I don't know. But anyway, time for a break. This is our What Are You Working On break. So, Trevor, what are you working on?
I'm working on a couple different ideas. I realize that maybe the reason why I'm having so much trouble writing the current book that I'm working on is because it's like a dark fantasy sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Maybe I just don't need dark, depressing, sad stuff to work on right now. So I'm coming up with some ideas of like happier, more upbeat sort of things and seeing what I can come up with. So
that sounds like a plan.
There's also a non-zero chance that at some point I get too heavily invested in thinking about Magic the Gathering and I work on the cube that I'm working on over there. So
well, progress is progress. I have gotten slightly sidetracked I have realized that I went diving into the RuneScape book. This one is a dual point of view. Mm-hmm. And I made it partway in and realized last week that it works a lot better if I start the human character having screwed up and needing to sort of feeling a need to atone for it. On the flip side, oops, I gave away something there. The other character, who could totally be another human, it's possible, is kind of, I realized would work well if she's coming in kind of well respected and needing to do something that will risk that and potentially bust up some systemic stuff without knowing for sure it's going to be better. And I like that better. I think that gives them good internal arcs that aren't just, we're going on a quest, guys! But
it's quest time.
It's quest time. Yes, so the tricky bit is just coming up with what does it look like for this character to have been advanced in some way, to sort of have been given accolades, given that the world has kind of rules about what that looks like, and some of them I can't do much about. There's the ranks are the ranks. So,
the fun times of writing within a property.
This is true. Okay, I don't know, guys. I don't know what's up with the timer. I'm going to pause it and we'll see. Okay, but let's see what everybody else is working on. The timers are the visible timers are working. The timer sounds are actually a separate thing because this entire stream is held together with the metaphorical equivalent of chewing gum and wishes. No, the wishes aren't metaphorical. Okie doke. Yeah, the crabs are in here. That's what's going on. Oh, Goblin Wars. What are you working on break? Things. Oh, things. Just things. Ben Rose says, I'm converting some monsters from 2nd edition to 5th edition and then pumping up the CR because they gotta fight high-level characters.
Oh, Lord.
I have some suspicions what this is all about, but
I
guess we'll find out. Just incidentally, we are getting ready for our Dungeon Scrawlers Extra Life Extravaganza. Which is on November 2nd and 3rd. We need to make some announcements and some plans.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness, what happened here? Okay, I'll have to fix this later. The overlay is sitting in the wrong spot, I just realized. Okay, Bookish Barbarian, I made some cookies, and now I'm going to see either draw or code. We shall see. Blyesford says, just wrapping up a revised final project report, then probably going to go back to the non-finished book. It's almost done! That's exciting. I think we're all very hyped to read this book.
Yeah.
Alulin's doing D&D prep, thinking about downtime activities, maybe a festival. They also don't have a home base yet.
Oh?
Erin Redflame, welcome! First time chatter. I just dove back into a novel I had trunked for a couple of months. Stuff is flowing better now. Hell yeah.
Hey.
Love it. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Fast Insider says, my wishes are exclusively metaphorical. I mean, you made them. I didn't say they necessarily worked, but... Bast Insider is looking at plans for a house that has 7 bathrooms. Who has to clean all those bathrooms is my question.
A lot of bathrooms.
All right. Okay. It's time to get on to the next one. Everybody ready?
Yep.
All right. Let's go. And let's see if I can make the timer behave. The music timer, the sound timer.
Let's go.
Ooh, 1 minute warning. Okay. Still don't know what's going on with you.
Timer.
Timer is a mystery. But it is time for our break. This is our get up and move break. So get up, stretch your legs, do what you need to do. And I will see you back here in 4 minutes and 39 seconds.
All right, sounds good.
I am, however, going to very quickly try and fuss with this. There, that's better. Okay, that's one thing.
I believe in you.
Thank you. I think this one I'll have to mess with later, but that really won't move. don't think I can understand why that timer is off by such a weird amount. But here we are. Just a 30-second warning if you're not back, not ready. All right.
Back in time.
Back in time.
Let's go.
Let's go. 1 minute warning. I do not know why this timer is running 2 minutes behind. It is confusing me. But it's time for a break.
That's strange.
Right? Whoo!
Yep.
Making up words for imaginary languages. When the ones that there are some things in this setting that they decided to just use real world languages, and so I'm just trying to make some fudgy bits. But anyway, it's time for some hand stretches.
Yeah.
All right, everybody get loose. Put your hands out in front. All right, first things first. Line up, and it's palm strike, and then it's knife hands, and then we curl our fingers for flat fist. And then point your hands back for bow wrist. And then we do bow wrist, we do fist, we do flat fist, we do knife hands, we do palm strike. And now we're going to do it again, but a little bit faster. Palm strike, knife hands, flat fist, bow wrist, fist, flat fist, knife hands, palm strike. Okay.
Oh, I think I got it that time.
Hey. Just stop thinking. Honestly, I feel like I can't focus on it. I have to let my hands do the work. All right. Now we're going to grab some manipulations. Don't pop your joints more than they want to gently be popped. Number 1, we pull down and forward.
Yep.
How did it go this sprint?
I started working on the magic cube.
All right, number 2, turn it over. Pull it straight down.
I've started to sleeve the 300 cards now.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of cards.
All right, number 3, point your thumb down, grab the top, pull it in.
Ooh. But appropriately, I'm only using the cards from the D&D set.
Hey. All right, number 4. Oh, big stretch. Oh. And number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we get
not shake. Much popping as last time. Yay.
That's good. Other side. I had to pop up briefly because I got a message from my son's math teacher that he's been talking in class, which had some things I questioned slightly. And in talking to him, I think possibly the whole class has been very chatty, and she might be copying and pasting her notes, which is fair, but turn it over. Kids. Fortunate, and he was sick last week, so he's got a bunch of makeup work, and I can see being like, you have so much work to do and you're talking. Maybe pushing you over the edge just a little bit, but he's on it. All right, number 3. I also pointed out, like, for better or worse, my kid is somebody that other kids emulate and look to for behavioral stuff, which is fortunate sometimes. It's one of those things where it's like, your kid, well, you don't know. When you have a kid, and they're very stubborn, number 4, there's this, like, it's like it's annoying when they're little, but you also have to know, like, they know themselves. And so when it comes down to it, they're not going to let people push them around. Like, and this is Idris. Like, he's, but long term, great. Like, number 5, kindergarten, there was a kid who was just being, kindergarten's interesting because some kids have had sort of the experience of preschool and sitting down and learning this stuff, and some are just fresh to sit down and listen for 30 minutes. So there was a kid that was having some trouble, and he was pushing and hitting on the playground, and Idris just marched up to him and be like, if you're gonna act like this, I don't want to play with you, and like walked away from him. And then that kid just like snapped to and wanted to be Idris's friend and like behaved.
That's funny,
because kids need boundaries. So anyway, I was like, listen, your friends listen to you. If they're talking, it would be very helpful for you to say, for the teacher's sake, yo guys, like, she's giving us a lesson. All right. It's time for the last one. Let's do it. Let's do it.
And give us some topic suggestions in the chat for us to talk about in the long break.
Let's go.
That was closer. Why is the overlay moving? This is so weird. we're almost to a timer, 20 seconds. Okay, time for our long break.
Yeah. So I'm probably going to be shuffling the entire time still.
I find shuffling cards really, like, relaxing.
Oh, yeah, and like, it's the easy shuffle, too, where I'm just,
They're just
going
nice
like
and
that.
Slick.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is the one time sleeves being slick still is nice. Because, like, when Commander deck is 100 cards, and you set it on the table for the first time, and it just avalanches off.
That's annoying.
Yeah. By the way, while we were doing that last sprint, my wife texted me, and she's actually been body doubling with us today.
Hey!
Because she's using a solo RPG to essentially outline a book.
Oh, interesting.
And she hand wrote 35 pages between yesterday and today. And well, really last night and today.
That's intriguing. Just
yeah.
Tara, if you're in there, do you want to tell us what the
she might text it to me. I don't know if she's going to post it there revealing what her name is.
Also, I'm realizing that for whatever reason the captions are being very weird and you're showing up in my captions.
Oh, that's
I'm not going to fret about it. We're towards the end. Yours are showing up, but not on that one. Ugh.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yes, you're challenging me.
All
right. Erin Red Flame, thanks for coming. I hope we see you back next week.
Yeah.
Taking off there. Let's see. We got a couple of suggestions, and let me know if I missed yours. But Blytheford suggested, how do you introduce creepiness into a story without overdoing it? Oh. I love a bit of subtle creepiness. And then Bast Insider asks, what small things do you do to help keep yourself motivated throughout the day?
Oh, God.
And Goblin Wars asked, are you writing about orcs for Orktober?
I didn't know there was Orktober.
I didn't either.
Well, for the first one, I mean, there's lots of different ways to do it. It depends on how you want the creepiness to come off. Some of my favorite ways to do creepiness is in quick little things, like having a normal paragraph and then like maybe second to last sentence there's like a description that you're like, wait, that's off.
Yeah.
Or even just doing the paragraph break and just having a one sentence thing between them that quickly describes the thing happening. I love that sort of stuff. And then of course I do love a long paragraph that you are reading and having to almost push yourself through reading. Like one of my favorite things as a description of what makes a horror video game horror is you as the player not wanting to push the stick forward. And that for me also is like another thing of like certain types of horror where it's like you don't want to read the next paragraph, but you need to read the next paragraph. So that sort of stuff I keep in mind when I'm writing creepy horror.
Sorry, that is just, I don't understand what's happening, but we'll figure it out another time.
Yeah.
I found I've had a decent amount of success with, like, unsettling sensory descriptions. Like.
Oh, like in the panic attacks and stuff?
No, I was thinking, honestly, what popped to my head, because I'm like, what have I written that's creepy? And actually, my first published story was fantasy horror, The Resurrection Agent from Realms of the Dead. Oh,
that's right.
And the part that there's a little bit of like, the whole setup is creepy, because the premise is the main character is a spy who has a very sort of specialized technique that essentially when there's sort of a rumor that something's going to go down, but it's somebody that's hard to catch. Before she gets hired, they cut her finger off.
Oh, yeah.
She goes in, she gets the info, she gets caught, she gets murdered, and then they resurrect her from the finger, and she's like, it's Lord So-and-so, he's gonna do the coup in a week, or 10 days, because it's forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
And the deal is, if you hire her, her code name is the Harlot, if you hire the Harlot, you kill that person. You have to be ready to execute that person no matter what. So the premise is the spy master has died, Veridi, and she and another spy called the Shepherd, who's in charge of resurrecting her every time, are taking Veridi's body back to where she's from, which is that one that's got a weird name that sounds like it's the demonym. Termishan. Termish.
Ah, yeah, that is a weird name.
Termish is the name of the place. Termishan is the people from Termish. Anyway, they're taking her back to Termish.
Termishan is the all-purpose cleaning rug that they actually sell there.
That's a Termishamwow. So anyway, she goes... They have to go through this kingdom. This is what we're going to do for the long break. I'm just going to tell you the plot of the story. Sorry. They have to go through this kingdom that's ruled by a vampire called Sestra Karanok, who hired the harlot at one point. But the only thing was, she didn't exactly kill the woman that the harlot, the necromancer that the harlot was like, this is who's conspiring against you. She turned her into a vampire. She's like, she's dead. Same thing. However, while they're walking through, they cross paths with this necromancer and the white that she made out of the harlot's body that got left behind. Ba ba ba. The fight with the necromancer's sort of creations is like the first fight scene I ever wrote, and I still think it's one of my best. And one of the things that will stick with me forever is she gets attacked by zombie dogs. Getting attacked by a dog is already upsetting, but she's like trying to kick it off of her. And I remember saying that the ribs crunch like a wasp's nest.
Oh, that's a good one.
And so that's the kind of thing is that if you grab onto something visceral, that's like just to the side of what you're kind of expecting, I think it creates something really unsettling. Yeah. I had a friend, this might be beyond subtle creepy, but I had a friend who was like, die hard, the way that you make people upset in that way, in that creepy way, is to start talking about fingernails. And
I mean, that's...
she ran a game once where however it was set up, and I don't remember the details, if they had gone through a door early on in this place they're moving through, they could have solved it really quick. And so it's almost like as a dare, she put that there. And then she put like scratches in the door, and in one of the scratches there's an embedded fingernail. And they saw that, they're like, nope, we're not going in there. Let's go. And so they didn't open the door. And this proves her point that fingers upset people.
The one other thing I want to add on to this, it's just a fun thing to do. If you really want to have some fun and know what actually scares people, find a popular horror movie franchise and go to like one of the midnight premieres of it. Because I'll tell you this, nothing taught me what scares people more than seeing Paranormal Activity 4 at midnight with a theater full of people. That was absolute. Because like I love those movies because I find them fun. Everyone else in that theater did not find them the same way, and I was. I genuinely was laughing at times by some people's reactions to things. It was really good. Oh, also work at a haunted house for like an October. That also helped me a lot. That was some of the most fun I've ever had.
I swear to God, I turned you off, but apparently I didn't timer. All right.
How dare you?
Sorry. Yeah, a jump scare in text is doable. It's tricky.
It's doable, but this is subtle, so you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And hey, you can still be subtle at a haunted house. They don't, it's not usually what's there, but you can be.
I do think the other thing that helps is that sort of tapping into the character's sort of like interiority. Their was it interoception, right? How does it feel? How does it feel? Because like the way that you feel examining a door when you're like, who scratched the paint on this, is entirely different from someone has been scratching this and there's a fingernail in it. Yeah. Right? Your body feels different. Yeah. Your thoughts go in different ways. And I think there's also that sort of like drawn out, like making that slow build of the creepy upset that helps. And then I think the thing that's different from going full bore horror is that you don't take it out as much of, I think you take it out of the anticipation space less. Like I feel like there's some that horror expects you to anticipate and then realize it's worse than you expected, and creepiness is anticipating for a while.
I still love that that 2-sentence horror story that went around online like years ago. The last person on Earth sat alone in a room. There was a knock at the door.
Ba-ba-bum.
Yeah, I still love that. I'm like, that's great. That's good stuff right there. What were some of the other ones we had?
Well, there's some talk about creepy things, so I'm going to hit those.
Creepy things.
Ben Rose says the Chosen of Shar and the Ghost of Briseis and the Adversary were both really creepy to me. I feel like there's a little bit, with the Chosen of Shar, the nameless one, I feel like there's a little of like, oh no, I can kind of see where she's coming from and I don't want to go there. Maybe. Also, I feel like the Ghost of Briseis, Kikistos, is so much creepier, and she's a different, I guess that sort of bleeds into horror with what she does in Fire in the Blood, which does include finger stuff. Ages ago, okay, I have a story. So, there's this Forgotten Realms book, The Chosen of Nandoin series. The first book is The Fall of High Watch. It's excellent. It's by Mark Sehested. It is one of the Realm series that sort of like pulled away from a lot of the better known spaces, because Mark was definitely someone who preferred to sort of make his own little playground a little bit. And
can't knock him.
Yeah, I think it was correct for his writing style and what he wanted to tell stories about. But in this, the villain is a character whose wife dies, and the clerics refuse to resurrect her for reasons. I don't remember what they are. So instead, he makes this deal with the demon, and his wife comes back, but she's possessed by a demon. And there's this scene where she, like, I think she's, like, ripping up a cat or something.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Yeah, and so there had already been a point where the main character, who's, like a little baby ranger, was practicing shooting arrows at the palace cats, and this was one of those where it was in the phase where it's sort of the end of my time at Wizards, and they weren't sure who the editor was, so it was me and this other editor, and we went to him and said, you know, you keep saying things about cats. It's starting to feel like you hate cats, so maybe not. And also, this is just not upsetting in the same way. Yeah. Like, it's gross. It is gross, but it's just not like there's not a horror sense here. And so what we suggested was that when the husband comes and is talking to the demon and doesn't want to do what the demon's telling him to do, that the demon looks him in the eye and bites the wife's finger off. Right? Like, this body doesn't mean anything to me, sir. Yep. Like, you made
That's
a
some
deal,
Evil Dead stuff right there. Right? I'm okay with that. Yeah.
He would not do it. He made
also,
it eat a rat.
Wish me luck shuffling this pile of cards.
You need tools for that. Or like seriously. Somebody like B Dave who has actually I don't know how big B Dave's hands are. He's just so tall.
I think he could do it. Huge. Oh no!
But that was why when Fire in the Blood came around and Briseis Kikistos briefly possesses Bryn and is like trying to make Javi do something, that she looks at her and snaps Bryn's finger. Like you've misunderstood. This is not even my favorite outfit.
This isn't even my final form.
Okay, Bookish Barbarian says, if you are the only sober person on a little dark and stormy night, you can convince people you are a wizard. It was a very funny party. It sounds very funny.
Oh, Lord.
I have converted Bastion Cider to using the fingernails. Okay, Bastion Cider's topic suggestion. I didn't forget it. It was, how do you stay motivated through the week? What are the little ways you stay motivated?
Oh, boy.
I find that having a word count, as long as the word count doesn't get out of hand, is very motivating. I like seeing that little scrivener thing change color. I do sometimes, and I was better at this before and I want to get good at it again, kind of make a plan for some sort of fairly mundane treat partway through the week. I, for a while, was going to this place up the street and getting what I was referring to as my emotional support burrito.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
I like that place, and also, like, two things. One, I don't know about San Diego, but I suspect it's similar. Like, takeout here is getting so expensive, and it's really frustrating. Like, it's one of those things where you're like, okay, this is corporate greed. Can we just all get it under control? But the place up the street that is the 24-hour burrito drive-thru is very reasonable still. Possibly too cheap. I don't know. And also, gigantic burritos. Like, I could eat half a burrito and be good, and then I have another half a burrito tomorrow. That's amazing. That's a win. They make a burrito, Trevor, it's called a chili relleno burrito, and there's a literal chili relleno in the middle of it.
Oh, yeah, I know those.
I've never seen it before. We don't have good burritos, but this place has good burritos.
Yeah, some of my favorites are ones that put taquitos in the middle, too.
What?
Yeah,
that's
those
amazing.
Are good.
I'm going to go write a letter.
Actually, the funny thing is when Lauren came down here, literally the first thing I did was went, all right, we're going to go get breakfast burritos.
I'm feeling motivated to come visit you suddenly. Also,
just go on a burrito crawl.
I appreciate, so this place is actually called California Mexican Food.
That's hilarious.
Right? I want to say I appreciate your state's creation of a burrito with French fries in it. Because
California burrito rules.
That is genius.
The funny thing is, I'm glad that they have them up there, because I had a friend that moved to Portland. Yeah. And he found a taco truck near his office, and he was like, "Sweet." And he goes over there, and he's like, "Do you guys have California burritos?" And they're like, "We don't know what that is." Right. And he's like, "Okay."
It's fairly new.
Well, the thing is, he goes, "Do you have carne asada fries?" And they went, "Yes." And he goes, "Cool. Put that in a tortilla." And they went, "No." So he was like, "Fine, give me carne asada fries and a side of tortillas." And he made his own California burrito.
I can't believe they said no. I hope they tried it after he left and then like... Yeah, I love that. This is a side topic, but I do enjoy like regional food, especially because...
Depends on the region.
Well, I mean, everybody's got a thing that... I feel like everybody's got a thing that's good. Seattle has Seattle-style teriyaki.
I did not know about that.
Oh, okay. So if you come visit me, I'll take you out for teriyaki.
Okay.
There are so many teriyaki places around here. And it's like, you get chicken thighs. You get like this sort of sticky sweet soy sauce. They cook them really hot, so it's kind of crispy. And you get that on top of rice with a salad that is like shredded cabbage with a sesame dressing. It's very good. They have other things too, but that's the basics. But they're everywhere. They're just like, you could throw a rock and you hit either a coffee shop or a teriyaki place.
See here, it's a taco shop or a sushi joint, which I'm not complaining about. It's great times.
And the one I miss, St. Louis. St. Louis has some good regional food that sounds.
I have heard that.
Some of it also sounds weird and gross. And if you have strong feelings about certain things, like I have a friend who's from. I think he's from Connecticut originally, but I don't know. Up there. And so we went to the same school in St. Louis, and he was like, St. Louis style pizza is an abomination. But there's something weirdly good about it. It's like, you have White Castle, right?
Not near me, but I know of it.
But
yes.
Have you ever eaten it?
Yes.
Right? And it's like disgusting but good.
Yeah.
But you would never say my favorite hamburger is a White
Absolutely
Castle.
not.
That's kind of where St. Louis style pizza fits.
Okay.
It's weird and good, but it isn't like pizza is for other places. It is thin like a cracker. When people say thin crust and they mean New York style, I always have to take a minute. It has a sauce that's like slightly sweet, not like candy, but it's definitely on the sweeter side. And then the key is it has this cheese on top called Provel. Provel is a cheese that is made of like American cheese and provolone and maybe cheddar. And it is made in Wisconsin and shipped basically entirely to St. Louis. You buy it and it comes in like ropes. And it's got a really distinctive flavor and a kind of, you know how American cheese like has that almost plasticky kind of quality that's kind of great and kind of gross? That's what it's like. It will burn the fuck out of your mouth if you eat it too hot. But it's this really distinctive flavor that you can't get other places. Also, toasted ravioli. I have not had acceptable toasted ravioli.
I saw that literally today at Target. Like, there was in the frozen aisle, it was like, I saw toasted ravioli. I went, that's...
Okay, so here's what I'll tell you. One, it's delicious, assuming a couple of things. Main one is, first of all, you have to dip it in marinara sauce, otherwise it's pointless. Two, people do the weirdest thing and they put stuff in it that is not extremely finely minced ground beef with, like, seasoning. If it's cheese and you're vegetarian, that's great. If it's cheese and you could be eating meat, don't do that. It's incorrect. Yeah. People will put, like, nacho cheese in there? What is that?
What?
I don't know. That is the abomination. This is incorrect.
Yeah.
Or barbecue chicken? I don't know. The times I've seen it up here, like on bar menus, it is like, why are you ruining something that is genuinely good? You could be the first person to bring toasted ravioli to Seattle. Instead, you're giving me breadcrumb coated pasta full of nacho cheese. Filthy.
Back on a previous topic, my wife says that the game is called Tangled Blessings. It is a dark magic academia horror-ish game. It's on, I think it's on itch.io.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I managed to shuffle all of those.
Hey!
Oh,
okay.
Lord.
Oh, Molly Chu also had, I think we had one other one in here, maybe. But I might have missed it. Oh, no. Okay. Bookish Barbarian had a bigger question that was something about coming up with fantasy words or languages, which sounds like something we could talk about, like, maybe next time, because that's a bigger one. But Molly Chu has a nice little one. What's something you're looking forward to or excited about?
Oh, well, okay.
An everyday kind of thing, too.
Dragon Age comes out next week, and I'm stupid excited for that. I've literally, like, set aside money to be like, I'm buying Dragon Age.
For this.
And you know what I'm going to do that day? I'm going to be on here streaming, not Dragon Age. But I actually might not stream Elden Ring that day. I might stream a spooky game because it's Halloween.
Oh. I need to get my act together. That is a thing I'm looking forward to. My friend Shauna is having a Halloween party.
Ooh, very cool.
So I need to finish getting a costume together. Because I've been a little not into it. I think my most mundane thing is my migraine is almost gone, and I'm so excited for it to be over. Because like Trevor said, I don't have very severe migraines in the sense of like I have to lie in a dark room and I vomit and things, because I used to, and they were awful. But they last like 2 days plus. And I'm very tired of my head suddenly hurting. It's not fun.
It's time for that to end.
Yes. I'm trying to think if there's something else. I bought this book I'm really excited to read.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, but it's been one of those things where like it does hurt enough that like looking at text is not ideal. But The Vaster Wilds by Lauren Groff. I really liked her book Matrix, not related to the science fiction movie. And so when we were talking about flow on writing about dragons and shit, and I was making an argument for literary fiction, pulling you through, I like remembered I wanted to read this book, and so when B-Dave was having his turn, I was reading the sample, and I was like, I really want to read this book, and I have this image of myself like curled up on the couch with a cup of tea, cozy blanket, and reading it, which also I have almost no idea what it's about, which is my favorite way to pick up a literary novel, I'm not gonna lie, especially if it's a little weird.
Yeah.
So, Vaster Wilds, End of Migraine, Halloween Party. Those are my things, I think.
There you go. Oh,
okay.
boy.
Well, I think that's got us to it's 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
so that's
4
where
o'clock.
we're at. So if you made it this far, you made your concentration check. Good job.
Ha! You passed.
I'm Erin M. Evans. You can, let's just be honest, you can find me on the Discord. I will work on being better at social media, but I'm working on recharging my extroversion reserves, because I realize that might be part of why I'm a little burnt out. I haven't been as good at that. So anyway, you can find me on the Discord. You can listen to my podcast with Trevor here and B. Dave Walters, writing about Dragon's Shit. Although this week we have a special guest. Jen, or J.A. Collignon. I have to double check how to say her name, because I don't know how to say her name. It's gonna come on because we have decided we needed a third person for the book club. Which we will be starting in a week, which is still October. We didn't fib. So we're gonna read Empire of
right
Exiles,
on in there.
kind of second read, break it down. And Jen has already done some of that for her own purposes, and so we thought that would be fun. To have her as part of that conversation. So she is gonna talk about, I don't know what we're gonna talk about, because we've suggested self-publishing, and we've suggested she has a booktube show. And also, I did not know this, she is an editor in her day job.
Oh.
So there's lots of fun stuff to talk about. We may just ramble. We'll find out. So anyway,
that's ramble?
This week. I know, like, it'll be hard, but I think we'll manage. So yeah, if you don't have a copy of Empire of Exiles, do remember it is available on Kindle Unlimited currently, or at all fine bookstores or ebook purveyors, and then you can get in on this detailed breakdown kind of book club starting next week.
Yeah,
right, I'm done.
I did like this idea for it as soon as you pitched it, of just like kind of looking at it analytically from a writer perspective and stuff, and I think that's gonna be fun. Same thing. You can find me on social media, I guess. Though I might try using Blue Sky more, because I'm noticing that a lot more people are following me on there. Seems like there's people actually
inundated when those new terms came up on Twitter.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing, is I'm like, oh, okay, cool. There's finally the thing that is pushing people away from it, not the 40 billion things that happened before. But hey, welcome. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, I'm at the Treavor. There's an A hiding in there in all those places. But yeah, find me on the Discord along with Erin and a bunch of other really cool people. And yeah, come hang out with me tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific for some Elden Ring. We're going to be continuing that. And as long as all things go according to plan, I will be doing that on Thursday as well. So yeah, plenty of fun times to be had.
Other shows this week on Dungeon Scrawlers. Tonight we have Isekai Realms is running their Extra Life game from last year, I believe. So new group of people sucked into the realms. On Wednesday we have Grey Mantle, and also on Wednesday morning and Thursday afternoon we have Orkira plays Baldur's Gate with Lauren Urban. So come watch Lauren. Play Baldur's Gate as her well-known character, Orkira, the Dragonborn cleric of the Phoenix. And then on Sunday, Treavor and Erin play The Return of the Obra Dinn.
Oh, yeah.
Little gentle dose of spooky for you. Solving mysteries of 60 dead people, something like that, on a ship.
Yeah, something like that. More than I can count.
It's going okay.
We're solving some mysteries, rewriting some histories.
We're alive. It's fine.
Yeah.
So hope we see you back here. And specifically for concentration check, we'll see you next week. Get some good work done. Don't forget to rest. Bye.
Bye.